which you can introspect into, but why should you be able to introspect into what's going on in a year? You can't. You have to study it from there on the outside, the way you study everything else. Well, that's hard. Philosophers won't accept it at all. They totally reject it, just like they rejected Newton as obviously absurd. But the cognitive scientists occasionally look at it, but don't really think about it. The rest just aren't interested. I mean, we're back in the 16th century in these fields, and we have to break out of that. It's not easy. It took a long time for physics to break out of it. In fact, Pat Newton's theories couldn't be taught at his own university, Cambridge, for about 50 years after his death, because they were so obviously absurd. Well, if it's hard for physics, it's going to be harder for cognitive scientists.
As a quick follow-up, connectionism, symbolic, that debate has went on for a long time. Do you think there's any credibility to what people call hybrid or neurosymbolic, and it goes under different labels? Do you think there's anything to that approach, at least? Okay, learning everything from data probably is in some people's mind not practical, but is there anything that neurosymbolic approaches or hybrid approaches can deliver to the whole debate?
Yeah, there's a lot of extremely intelligent, exciting work. It's not trivial work. There was a lot of thought and understanding, mathematical sophistication, and so on in this work. It just doesn't happen to be contributing to science. It's contributing to other things, like deep learning approaches have been very useful in protein folding, for example. They've really advanced understanding there. It's a good engineering technique, that is. I mean, I'm not at all critical of engineering. I spent most of my life at the world's leading engineering institute, MIT. It's terrific, I mean, it's useful for things like the Google Translate, live transcription, speech recognition. There are engineering projects that are significantly advanced by these methods, and that's all to the good. I think that engineering is not a trivial field. It takes intelligence, invention, creativity, these great achievements. Does it contribute to science? I think there was an interesting transition at MIT, where I was most all my life, in the 1950s when I got there. That was the time when I was beginning. Marvin Minsky, Herb Simon, other people, Alan Turing, who were, in their view, AI was supposed to be a study of the nature of intelligence. It was a scientific field. By now that's disappeared. Not anybody's interested. But MIT at that time was an engineering school. There were great people in math and physics, but they were basically teachers and engineers. It changed in about 10 years. By the mid-1960s, 10 years later, MIT was a science university. Engineering was unified. Every student, no matter what engineering discipline they want to go into, took the same fundamental courses. In science and math, you take basic physics, basic chemistry, biology, math, and then later on you apply it in aeronautical engineering or mechanical engineering, whatever you're interested in. That was a